But when I add it in OBS, the music is gone. The music should play. It should show up as like, okay, here, when I go transition to my intro here, right? It should show up as whatever you call the media. Because I name my thing before stream vid. So I can see the volume of before stream vid under mixer. So when it transitions, see, I have to transition for it to work. I made it like that. So when I go back to here, that music is gonna stop. You won't hear it because the video stopped technically. But then, and plus it's not on the other scene. So if you switch transition to the scene, the music should show up under mixer. You should see the volume of media source or whatever it's called. Nope. Ah, oh, dang it. I don't. Well, that's what I mean. You should see a meter, a volume on the mixer side. This is the same way how if you have a mic there, it should show up. Do you have an extra source or something? Hang on. Hang on, let's show you what I have here. How am I gonna do this? What do I have a scene here? Do I have a scene that's yeah, I'll make a new scene. Let's go scene whatever, scene 2, sure, let's call it that. And let's go sources, let's add window capture. Oh, not window capture, duh, display capture, you goof. That's what I mean. So if I go to display capture, because I'll show you what I have. There we go. Okay, this is gonna look weird at some points, but here we go. This is what I have. So if you look here, you can see it says mixer, right? Right here. But then, oh yeah, I'm gonna have to add it, right? Okay, so let's actually add it. Whoops, you see both, right? Because I have two. I have under studio mode, but you can just have it under single. Doesn't matter. Not that big of a deal. Whoop, not settings. I don't want settings, you goof. I have a studio mode. Right. So if I add media source, so remember the plus sign here. Add media source. And then you go, let's leave it named media source, I don't care. Then it says all this, right? So you can have it to loop. I don't usually have them marked, but it doesn't matter. Hide source when playback ends. No, because I want it to loop? I don't know, I can't remember. I have to remember what I have for the other ones. So speed, you can make it fast if you want, whatever. But anyways, so I browse, right? And if I go to videos, you can see some different stuff. So let's put in this one, right? How to win Battle Royale, right? So this is how it shows up. Then I go, okay. Oh, right. So because I think I have some hidden, right? How did I do it? It did show up, right? So... Okay, what did I do here for then this one? Before stream. Oh, that's right. No, it should be because it's on this specific thing. This should be playing at some point. Oh. No, it's there. It should be there. It should play. Oh, maybe because I have it says hide source or something like? No. I have to. Okay, I'll check my other settings here for this one. So is that... Oh, that's right. Close file when inactive. That's not what I want. Because I have this video covering everything. So with this... Hide source playback ends. So this should technically be going right now. unless it doesn't play certain source files, but let's go to, oh, what is it? Oh, what did I have that under? Oh yeah, duh, I'd have it like under Twitch stream, duh. There's all the different stuff. Here, I have this one. Because it should be playing, basically. Because this is, yeah. So there's this here, so if I... Oh, maybe because I did transition? No, it should be showing up. What did I do here? Right, so then if I go here... It should be working, that's what I'm saying. That's what you made me do. I gotta figure this out. Yeah, that's WM, yeah. So I have it as local file, loop, restart, and then hide source when playback ends. Because it should show up like this, like how this is. Oh, there we go. Now it's working. See, there it is. Oh boy, that's really loud. There we go. There we go. So I had to, I guess, because it didn't show up. Now it's showing up in Mixer. There we go. For some reason, it wasn't showing up right away. I had to transition it a couple of times for it to kick in, I guess. Or whatever. So that's the video. So here's the thing, the music's playing, but not the actual video itself. Let's go hide that. And whatever. So for some reason, the media source isn't actually showing the video itself. The video should be showing up. See, now it's showing up here. This is it. So I guess it's just a little while to kick in. But this is, oh, that's weird. So I see it here, right? But so this should be showing up right here. On this. Trying to figure out why it's not. Maybe if I go under... No... Hit the screen? Ah, that's it. Okay. So now it's showing up here. So then I can actually go to transition. So it's just a lot of like reconfiguring things, right? So it's just making sure that the, because I don't know why I had to do that, but I guess it's because it's a new thing I just put in. It's a new scene. I had to transition a couple times, and then I had to look at the source itself here. So you can, like I said, right click, and then go to transform and tell it to fit the whole screen, and then that video should show up. But again, this is music by, this is an old one where it just says music by Mark TDK Knight. Under Mixer, hang on here. Whoops. Yeah, see here, Mixer right here. See? This guy. But because I muted media source, I muted that. So what I can do is... Okay, see, look, now it's blank, but technically, so I guess because it's not active when it's... Whatever, so if I transition it, there it is. Right? But I can tell it to black out, but then if I do that, it'll black out the actual sound too. Anyways, yeah, see, it's right there, it's right there, it's right there, then it transitions and it disappears. But so basically, well, what you saw, I had to actually go to properties here, right? And right now it's showing up as blank because technically it's not active. But once you do it, you have to hit OK and then transition. And then once you transition it, And make sure it's not like black. I have it blacked, right? I had it muted so that you couldn't see or hear it. So here, let's do this. And then if I tell it, oh, it's the video itself. Technically, I can just move the video. Can I blank out the video individually? I don't know. I never tried to do it, I never thought of doing this, but you can technically do this and just make it really small, whatever, and then do this. So here's what you see, right? This media source is still here. Well, that's what I'm saying. Before there wasn't, right? Remember? Nothing was really happening. No, I didn't see anything. So like I said, keep transitioning it. Like, even though it's the same here, just transition so that hopefully it will detect it. Yeah, so let's do this again. This is quickly becoming into a tutorial thing, but let's get rid of this. So now the music's okay. So let's do this again. So let's go to here. Let's go to media, right? Media source. And so right now, you're not going to hear anything, right? Right? You're not going to hear a thing. Oh yeah, say close file is inactive, so let's not mark that. So because right here, I put this here, right? Or let's sure, let's do this one. I don't care. So watch this. Watch this. When it hit moves, but there is no music playing. So right now there's nothing showing up, right? But then I have the transition, and there it is. Oh boy, really loud. Anyways. And then let's do this, and then let's transition so that it's taken away. But anyways, so yeah, you said the media bar moves, but there is no music. So the reason there might be no music, because right now I can't hear it because I have, Oh, duh, that's right. You can't hear it because you need to monitor it yourself. To hear it yourself, you actually have to tell it to use your speakers as a way to listen to it. So to do that, I believe you go here, it's audio, here. You're telling it different stuff, where is it? Where should say advanced maybe? Oh, advanced. So you go to settings, go to advanced, audio monitoring device. Right now it's set to my headphones, right? Set it to whatever your speakers are. So, oh yeah, headphones. Technically headphones is a part of the speakers. I don't know why they call the front part of your computer where you plug it in to listen is called headphones. I guess most people just use headphones there. But anyways, this one says Xbox, but I don't have it hooked up right now. So you can tell it to monitor with either your headphones, which is the front of my computer, or plugging in to listen to things, or speakers, which is the back of it. Well, you just basically flip through one of those, and then whichever one, I'm like, whatever, if I just go headphones, right, I go apply, but that means you have to go into here, go to advanced audio properties, then tell it, your monitor's off, right? Nothing's being monitored, you tell it to monitor, and it should work right away. So as long as you have this thing monitor and output, and then you go to settings, right? And then you go to advanced, and then you would switch between whichever, so that whatever works for your speakers. It might be loud, just saying, because you're just starting it off right away, but that's how you listen to it from the specific speakers. Otherwise, normally, I guess you don't really need it because it's for the stream, right? Or something else. So that's how you monitor it. So you can hear it. Otherwise, you don't hear it. Okay, so right now I have mine set to headphones. So basically, you go to advanced, whatever it is, media source, right? That's what you want to hear is media source, which is the video itself. So basically the meters are going, the music's playing. It's just you're not hearing it. But it doesn't mean that when you record or stream it that they're not going to hear it. It means they're hearing it, it's just you're not. So you go to advanced settings, or whatever this is. Advanced audio properties. Then you look under here, whatever media source is or whatever you want to listen to. Go to find it here. Look for audio monitoring. Monitor and output. You can click it and you can change it to whatever. So monitor off means you can't hear it, which is automatic default. Because if you're streaming or you're recording, you're gonna hear that like twice. You hear it from your speakers, so it might loop it or whatever. Because basically, again, normally you wouldn't technically need to hear it because of, well, if you're recording, you can hear it through recording. If you're streaming, you hear it through the streaming. But it's basically, so it's always default off. But anytime the music bar is there, like that sound bar is there, they're hearing it. Like you're hearing it now. So if you were to stream and you wouldn't hear, a monitor would be off and you wouldn't hear anything, they would hear it still. Like this. Anyways, this is probably like the second time I actually had to do a tutorial in the middle of my stream. But that's okay. So let's actually remove this. But again, you have to transition it in order for it to register, right? At least with me, because I have it set to studio mode, because then I can preview the different stuff I have. Let's do this. So right now you can see I'm previewing my stream itself, right? You can see the stream. Let me just double check this though. I think this should be all good. Screen, blah, 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 that's super. Anyways, yeah, I have it set to studio because otherwise it's just one singular one. And but then this changes, right? If I do this, you'll switch automatically to whatever it is without me seeing what's next. So I go to studio mode so I can preview what I have next, and I have shortcuts on my keyboard so that I can just do it like from here. So I have it selected. I can do it from here quickly so that I can, you know, whatever, have it muted. But yeah, anyways, and then of course I can transition back this way through keyboard shortcuts. So there is a tutorial during the stream. Okay, remember, how do you actually insert it into the stream? Well, like I said, let's go back. Let's go back. Right? So basically, if let's go here. So what do you mean? How do you insert it in the stream? What do you mean, the video itself? Because well, as you saw when I put in media source, right? Well, I said it has to be separate scene, right? Like I said here. This is, I just made a scene for this specifically, but for before stream, it's its own scene. Right? So that way I can always transition to it whenever I want to, and it's only that video that plays. And then when I go back to the stream, I can do that. So I have it as a separate scene. But if you make your separate scene, right? You go to media source, blah blah, you go find it, blah blah. Let's go put this in. Let's go okay. Sure. I don't have it loop, but you should have yours loop, depending what you want to do, right? So once I transition, the music's gonna be loud, so that it detects it, and then you bring it down. So that's how it's in this. This is how it's playing in the stream, right? So because you transition, it should automatically like work. If you really need to fix it or whatever, let me just shrink this smaller. So it's still here. So basically, if let's say the picture's not showing up like it happened to me, you can just go to transform, and then you go down to fit to screen, and then it will fit to the whole screen. like that. But yeah, and then let me just get on here. Let's go over. Oh, I want to make it smaller, you goof. There we go. Let's shrink that. Anyways. So of course, through here, right at the bottom here, you can mute it, so you can't hear. You can't hear it if you really want to, or if you don't want anyone to see it, see or hear it at all, right? Okay, let's have this fit the screen. Just to make sure. So if you go to media source here, there's like a little eye. Basically, if you hit that eye, you click it, you left click it, it will make it disappear, right? So if I went to here, right, and you see it, it'll be full screen, but then if I click that eye, it will actually take out the sound and the video completely. But that's where just having a separate scene is just easier, because then you can always transition to it whenever. So I can do this so that it's there on the screen, but then if I want to go back to my stream, just transition back and make sure it's in the preview right here, so that you can see what's coming up next. That's why I have studio mode, otherwise you can't see what's next. So well, that's up to you. How do you transition? Well, there's a transition button right here. I have it set to a specific how long, so transition here is how many milliseconds. You can play around with it however long you want it. Let's do another fade, but like, let's make it shorter, huh? Let's make it a shorter transition. Do this. Oh, look at how fast that is though, right? So let's go to about, let's do that. So you can change it to whatever you want, or you just want it to cut to the next thing, you'll just do this. Right? That's to be cut. But then if you can change it to be a swipe, so it's like, you know, or a slide. I don't really use those, but yeah. Let's just get rid of this one. Honestly, I don't want this. I don't like that one. Remove. Oh, there we go. This is the one I usually use. How do you choose what you want to do in a transition? Well, like I said, it's right here. There's like quick transitions, right? So right now I have it set to fade because I think that's better. Whoop, here. Right here. See, there's a transition here. Well, I guess you can also go to this setting. Oh, that's duplicate scene, duplicate sources, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, swap preview. Yeah, these are good to have. I think those are default. But anyways, to add another one, or to choose what you want to do, is you hit the little plus button here, and then you can do cut, fade, swipe, or slide. Use fade. But yeah. So you add here, and then you go cut, and then it'll show up here, and then you just hit cut, and then that transition should be the transition that you use. Whoops. Or you go to swipe. Oh, I think it's oh, that's right, you should hit swipe and then it'll be transition. So you have to hit that whatever you want it to be, you have to select that so then it'll always transition to that when you transition, or you just hit that, you know, whatever. Or to slide, you have to hit slide, then it'll be that transition. But I like fade. Actually, let's get rid of this one. No, I don't want this one. It's too quick. There we go. We can see I already have my CPU here, and it usually goes about 80, 90, and that's it. Doesn't go to 100 usually. When I play videos, though, that actually brings up the CPU usage, but you know. How do you set up a hotkey? Oh, go to settings, right? Go to hotkeys, and then you select the hotkeys you want. So I have streaming as the number star. I use my numpad. I use my numpad as my transition switcher stuff because usually if I'm, it's just close. It's just easier because it's all in like a square. All my main stuff is in a square, so I can just whatever. But same thing. You can go to, you just go here, and then you can tell whatever transition you want it to be. Basically, select it, and then you select the button, whatever it is. Shows all the stuff. So I just use number pad. Like I also have as a function button that was before, but the numpad is way better to because it's all there. I mean that's for me. I like it having it all at one spot, so I can just easily go like 7, 9, or 8. Then I can go 1 is hotkey for muting my mic, and then 2 is for muting the desktop sounds and all that stuff. But this is but you have to, but if you have a lot like me, you have to make sure you go to the right one. Like this is stream 2, all the stuff that's in it, all the different icons, different stuff. Scene 2 obviously has barely anything because that's what I'm showing right now. So, yeah. You don't think your transition is working? Well, like I said, if you go to here, right, quick transitions, you can add stuff. So let's say I want to fade, but I have it set to whatever this is, right? But you can set it here. You set how long it is. But I have it set to 300 here. This is what it's going to look like. You hit fade, which is what I have here. You click it, then it changes. Again, I have it in studio mode. Otherwise, your transitions is just you switching to the next thing down the scenes. So if we go to the next scene, it will automatically switch over to it, right? But then if you have studio mode, you can preview what's coming next. So I have, you can, oh, I gotta. So there's this and that kind of stuff. That's preview. So let's say, again, if I'm doing it the other way, right? Let's go to this transition here because it's the new one I just made. Click it, it'll automatically go. But of course I like it to have it at 2000 milliseconds just because then it gives a slower fade to it. But yeah, that's just me. Anyways, there's that. Go there. In your settings, what's your base and output resolution? Okay, here. Let's show you what I got. So settings, like I said, settings, output. Because I'm streaming right now, I can't switch this, but this would be advanced, right? It's advanced. So I had the encoder as X264, which, as you say, is actually my CPU, which I didn't know. So I was like, okay, sure. I didn't know what that was, but that seemed fine. And then rescale output is set to, of course, like I said, basic HD, 1280 by 720, so that it's streaming in just basic HD. Video? What do you mean? In video? What are you talking about? Are you talking about this here? Or are you talking about something else that I don't even know what you're talking about? But anyways, my output bitrate is 2000 because that's how good my internet is. Otherwise, you would have to set this to like 350 or something, 340. What do you mean here, 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 here? Or you mean in here in the settings? What do you mean? What do you mean this? Well, that's just for you. That's for your that's for your see under output. But you mean this video? Because that's for your screen. I'm pretty sure that's just for your screen. Please turn off any outputs to change the video settings. I'm pretty sure that's your screen. That's your monitor. Pretty sure. I think. I'm pretty sure this means like. Anyways, you can see its output resolution is 1280 by 720. Base canvas resolution is 1280 by 720. But I'm pretty sure that's the setting of your screen. Right? If I do this, yeah, even because that's the size of my actual screen, but I have this resolution set to, I'm pretty sure. I think I have this set to 1280 by 720, right? Oh no, it actually is set to here. Okay, whatever. Anyways, I figure that that's what that's for. Well, that's what I mean. I leave it at that, and it's fine. And I don't think I really changed that. Like that's just. I mean, it works fine here. Works fine for me. But yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna play some of this game. That's kind of the idea. That's why I'm here. But that's okay. People need to know this at some point. I might just have this as a separate part of the video. So I might have the whole stream, right? Off studio mode and click to another scene. Is that the same as, yes, that's what it does, right? Here, I'll do it for you. So if I go here and I switch out of it, that's basically what it's doing. It's transitioning to this, to whatever it is without you hitting transition. But again, I'm done with questions. Okay. But again, that means that you can't see what's coming next, like what the next scene looks like. So if I have my before stream thing right here, I can't see if everything is working well with my stream scene. So if something was off, like if the camera was like this, and then I go to before stream, right? I have that set up. Then if I go back, I have to go, oh crap, I made it, something's not working. So I like to have studio mode so I can see when something else is, you know, when this, I can see that, oh, I made a mistake, like, again, things like that, off stream, like going off and not working, you know, certain things I can go, oh, I need to fix that. And then I go, and then I can switch it here like this. But again, that's, I like to have a preview. I like to see on the side what's coming up next, so that I'm not, you know, so I can notice something, go, oh crap, this isn't working, or oh, my game just stopped showing up on my stream, or whatever, or on that part I'm gonna switch to, that scene. So that's kinda why I do that. But anyways, like I said, I'll have this as a separate thing on YouTube. I'll have the whole stream, but then I might just cut some of this for the game portion, and then I'll have, you know, I'll have one where it's like, oh, you know, a game streaming turned into whatever, tutorials with 8 at 1 a.m. exactly, basically. I didn't, well, I mean, this, like I said, second time, I was playing, what was it, I was playing Argo and trying to have it work with my computer. But, I tried to have that work with my computer. Let me just turn this out a bit, I guess. Here. I was playing Argo, trying to play Argo on my computer, it wouldn't work well, and I was trying to get things working, and then one of the new viewers was like, whoa, you're playing this Argo? I didn't think anyone streamed this, and I'm like, yeah, but I can't really, my computer can't handle this game, so. But anyways, the new viewer was asking me questions about OBS, like what do I use, how does it work, blah blah blah. So basically doing the same stuff I showed you, was like, oh, this is how I have the scenes, this is how I do this is how this works, and you know. all that stuff. But a lot of it I had to figure out myself because, I mean, it's hard when, well, it's hard watching tutorial videos when no one knows really what they're doing, right? Or not actually saying specific. I mean, it helps when this is live, right? Because then you can ask a question, and then I can give you the answer of whatever it is. But I watch tutorial videos sometimes, and I'm just like, it's almost like it's a 10-minute video with 2 minutes worth of actual information. And I've seen many of these, and I'm just like, this is dumb. Yes, way better. So yeah, again, it helps that I know what I'm doing, and I've gone through some of the same stuff that you went, like going through right now, trying to figure out how to work this. I had to figure that out myself, going, okay, how in the world is this gonna work? How's it gonna do what I want it to do, or whatever? And just a lot of testing, going through things, seeing what works, what doesn't work. If I do this, how does this work? And if I don't do this, why does this other thing work, or whatever? So, you know, fail. But anyways. But it's ultimately better in that you can do more stuff, like with OBS. Like the Twitch app on Xbox One is so like, it's meant to be you know, more, I guess, like user friendly would be the way to say it. Try to be easier for people to use, but everything's automatic, which means if you don't know some of how things work, you're gonna wonder why. Oh, why is my stream laggy? Why is this? Well, if your internet's bad, you have to like force the Twitch app to understand that you have bad internet, because it's just gonna assume, oh well, you have fiber optic, you have the best internet ever, so it'll automatically set you to like 2,000 kilobits per second, which is gonna be so laggy because it's trying to push your internet more than what it can do, and so it's gonna lag. But yeah, I'll figure out how to add Twitch notifications later. Oh yeah, that's all. What do you mean notifications? Like for you knowing when someone stream, or seeing things on the screen like I have now? Right? Like if someone donates, or someone cheers with bits, or if someone subscribes, or if someone hosts me, I have that. Like the follower stuff. Yeah, that's actually with another. That's another thing. It's actually a website, but a company. Now they used to be called Twitch Alerts, which was specifically for Twitch, but they kind of opened up and rebranded themselves as Streamlabs. But with Streamlabs, it's basically a website or / company that's dedicated themselves to be integrated with these type of stuff. Like, actually, they basically partnered with OBS. Like, they made things work specifically with OBS and be, you know, working as best you can. So that one's it's like a little bit more complicated, just like a bit. But once you get it, you kind of go, oh, okay, you just do this. But it's the same thing as I was doing, right? Adding stuff. It's just figuring out like what source you're adding. It's basically adding browser source, and they basically made it so that stuff like you can see, like, you know, the cheering and all that stuff. All the cheering, how it's like see-through, how you can only see like that bar of bits, where it's like, oh, how many bits is coming up, or like for my Twitch viewers, like my viewer count, how it shows up like above my camera here, where it says like 3, like how many viewers are watching, whatever. Basically they made everything transparent except for that image of whatever, and it will automatically detect what you have, because you have to sync basically browser and text. Well, the text is whatever, right? Is whatever you put on the program itself, like on your computer, using OBS. But the browser source is basically, you could put a website on, right, and show it up. But like I said, technically the viewer count, the bit meter, the donate meter, you know, the whatever, the leaderboard for whoever cheered or whoever subscribed or whatever, seeing their name up there, that's all technically a browser source. It's from the website. It's from Twitch Alert, wow, Streamlabs specifically, right? So they're basically made it so that it works with you adding that as a browser source, and then you can place it wherever, make it small, make it big. I'm never gonna pass this like this anyways.